saying that you are a man.
Don't you forget that you're talking to men here, that these are women?
I think actually you're a very nice person. You're just not a woman.
I think that biologically you are male, and that is a difference.
Who in here, if you didn't know the difference, would say, well, there's an attractive woman? Hmm? No? No? Tell me. Stand up. You don't think she's an attractive woman?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
And you're never going to be a woman.
And
but
I know that.
Right.
Please stop, Lisa. Seriously. No. Because if you open that door, then anybody can say that they're a woman, not somebody like you.
Told y'all hoes I don't work jobs. Bitches on my dick, pretty like a transgender. Stick this pussy on his chin in a chinchilla. I am a motherfucking job.
Hey guys, this is Mar back with another video, and like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. I like to feel like I'm a part of that better situation. You're already here, so you might as well subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. First and foremost, welcome back to the subbies and welcome to the new subbies. This is not a blow to women or trans women. It's just a bigger conversation in how I see things. Of course, I can't talk about the trans experience because I'm not trans. I'm talking about it from the perspective of a gay person from the outside looking in. First, let's talk about the word woman. This is a gender. It's not a sex. Sex is who you are at birth, and gender is who you choose to be. Sex refers to biological attributes like chromosomes, reproductive organs, and hormones, while gender is a social construct encompassing identity, expression, and roles. A person's gender may not always align with their assigned sex. Let's not mistake those labels for who actually a person is or what they choose to be. I want to talk about the people within the community who help blur the lines between trans women and women. Cross-dressers and femboys. Acts of expression are free to do, and they don't cost you anything. But the big difference is the commitment it takes to be a woman. It's not just a feeling of expression.
What's not okay is temporary commitment to a lifestyle that has never been a choice for trans women. Either you're a woman or you aren't.
Not to say that this is a bad thing, but this is a contributing factor to why trans women experience a lot of the things that they experience. This is not to jump on the femme queens and the cross-dressers or anything like that, because you should be able to express yourself however way you want to and not be labeled as trans. There's tons of femboys and cross-dressers who get mistaken for being trans, because from the outside looking in, a lot of women and a lot of people that are outside the community don't really know the difference these terms and these people that exist within the community. A man and a woman is believed to be masc and femme, handsome and pretty, strong and weak. So where exactly do we place trans, lesbian, or bisexual individuals? Nowhere, because we don't fit into those ideas. It's easy to think that a trans woman is a man because she has masc qualities, but we fail to sometimes realize how women can also have masc qualities. On the surface, it can seem like male versus female, but in reality, it's about finding your identity. A lot of women feel like they identify with men, so they transition into being men, and it's the same for men who transition into being women. This transition isn't about taking up space in either or's gender. It's about them being who they feel on the inside. Do you as a person have to accept their choices? No. But we all have choices as human beings. The least we can do is accept that other people make choices that we wouldn't ourselves. The truth is, a lot of the things that are connected to the LGBT community stem from heterosexual men. The world still views gay people as men. They still view trans women as men because it's believed that gay people are predatory. It's believed that trans women are predatory. But when you actually step back and just realize who is carrying that statistic, it's heterosexual men. But heterosexual men don't get the flack for it. Lesbians don't get the flack for it. The people that are biologically men get the flack for it. A lot of the pressures that trans women and gay men are put into, lesbian women aren't put under those same pressures because they are biologically women. It's easier to attach predatory behavior to a smaller group because you need somebody to be held responsible for those things, and it's easier to believe that gay men are predators or trans women are predators, or they prey on straight men because they've already been painted out to be the villain anyways. With that being said, people who believe that trans women are still men also believe that they are predators. Femboys, cross-dressers are not trans. There is a difference. Being trans is signing up for a lifestyle that is a commitment. It's not something that jump in and jump out. But however, express yourself the way you want to. But we have to be honest about how femboys and cross-dressers do blur the lines between how the world views trans women. We have to detach trans women from actually being men, and also detach gay men from being heterosexual men, because there's a complete difference in mindset within trans men, trans women, gay men, and straight men. You can't really bottle us all up into the same category just because of our gender. Like, gay men don't think the same as straight men. There is differences that should be separated, and we need to actually look back and look at the full picture when it comes to statistics and things like that, because we don't have a lot of gay statistics. We have a lot of straight statistics that gay people are a part of. Things become an issue, and things like being predatory are attached to us. The statistics are based off of heterosexual men. They make up a good portion of the majority of men. Y'all have to realize that the LGBT community, with all of the trans women, with all of the lesbian, with all of the bisexual men, the bisexual women, whatever, it's still a small percentage. Most people think collectively that trans women are still aligned with men.
Trans women have never been a problem for women and have never been a problem for children. But because men have been a problem for women and children, that is why trans women are not accepted in the bathrooms. It has nothing to do with the children. It's all about the men. But we want to focus on the trans women because they are already considered to be a problem.
A lot of people think that trans women are very aligned with gay men, but there are distinct differences between the two. Yes, we are part of the same community, but we don't have the same mindset and we don't operate the same. Does that make sense? You can't compare a trans woman to a gay man, because a gay man is a gay man. A trans woman is a woman, you know?
Gayness has always been something that was viewed as a mental illness, but that was something that was discovered a long time ago. And as of today, it has been discovered that it isn't. But a lot of people still carry the narrative that gayness is a mental illness, that it is a problem, when in reality, it isn't. People have always been born gay. People have always been born trans.
Are you following me? Now let's get into intersex people. The word woman was actually created to categorize women so that we can be able to tell the difference between a man and a woman.
But these words get a little bit confusing when it comes to intersex people. People who are born with genitals that don't align with the way that they feel on the inside. I think that this is also what happens with trans women. Body dysmorphia is something that trans individuals and intersex individuals have in common. And this isn't something that is just exclusive to men or women. It's the same for both. Your genitals has no connection to how you feel on the inside. Do you know what it feels like to feel like you're in the wrong body? Do you know what it feels like to have to walk into bathrooms and be in certain spaces that you don't feel comfortable in? This is the reality for a lot of intersex and trans individuals. This isn't the case for the majority of people, but however, we have to understand that just because you're born with the male or female parts, it doesn't make it concrete that you're going to align with the genitals that you're born with. It takes time for the mind to develop and for that person to decide who they are in this world and if their genitals match how they feel on the inside. This condition can also exist for obese people. The solution is to transition. No matter if the transition is to be smaller or to transition into the opposite gender. Transitioning is the solution to body dysmorphia. Transitioning in any type of way does not take away from who you are biologically. It just makes room for who you are.
How does the whole process go? Like, how do you just wake up one day and be like, not even just like changing your whole, but how do you know that one day? Like, you just wake up and be like, I'm tired of bitches down. I'm trying to get down.
That's not how it works. So, basically, if you want to know the truth, a lot of people, that you think are straight usually aren't.
They gay as hell.
Exactly. But that's the thing. The thing about gay people is that they like gay men. They want men, right? So the thing about that is when I was younger, I was really never thinking about having sex. I was never really thinking about any of that. I was thinking about feeling like I was in the wrong body. Now, that's a challenge by itself. That's a psychological issue. Now, I always explain this just how it is. It's two ways to transition. One will be physically, another will be mentally. Mentally would mean conversion therapy. Second, you can physically transition. Means you have to change everything about yourself and be the counterpart that aligns with your brain so you can live easier, so you want to live easier. So sexuality and then being transgender is two different things. I always knew I liked boys. I've never had, not a bone in my body just being attracted to females. Like you would never be attracted to a boy, and you don't know how it feels to be attracted to a boy, just like I don't know how it feels to be attracted to a female. Just because I'm biologically male doesn't mean I'm going to...
Hold on. So if I thought you was bad, is that... Never mind. Go ahead.
That's not gay, because you're attracted to biological women, and I embody a biological woman. So here's the thing. Men like men. Do you think a gay man would...
Nah, because you got to put
a gay flamboyant man that got pink waves and a Nicki Minaj shirt walking the mall, he sees a girl like me, doesn't know I'm trans, you think he'd just walk up and be like, oh yeah, I need that?
Really saying that's crazy. I get everything you're saying.
Me being a trans woman, you get a car, you buy a blue car and you change it red. Not everybody knows that you bought the car blue. I go out, not everybody knows I used to be a transsexual. So my life is just how a biological female lives her life, unless people know. And then when they know, it's just like, you know, a lot of emotions, a lot of like mixed feelings, a lot of, you know, trying to understand, like, this is new for me, you know what I'm saying?
But judging by everything that we talked about here, what do you think? Let me know down below what you guys feel about this conversation. Are trans women women? How do you feel about it? Trans women in the comments, let me know. Butch queens in the comments, femboys, cross-dressers, what do you think about this conversation? Did I miss something? Is there more that could be said? Let me know down below. I love all of you guys' feedback and I love you so much and thank you so much for the support on the channel. We are 200 watch hours away from being monetized. We're almost there, you guys. We should be there by my birthday in August. Thank you guys so much for the support so far. It means so much to me. And I will definitely see you guys in the next conversation. And also don't forget to check the community tab. I post polls there sometimes to give me a good direction of what you guys want and what you don't want, or what you want more, or just brainstorm on some ideas. And I wanted to deep dive into all of this because I want people to understand that your genitals do not make up who you are as a person, which is why these conversations shouldn't even be had, but this is just the world that we're living in. I think there's a lot to be said about this conversation, but I just wanted to actually open up this conversation to just see what you guys feel about it or whatever. It's a very touchy situation. Like I said, I'm not trans. I would love to bring some trans girls on the channel and maybe have a conversation, maybe do a FaceTime, bring some butch queens, bring some femboys, bring some gays, bring some women. I want to welcome everybody. Bring some men if they're willing to. I want to give my opinion a little bit more because I feel like when I make these videos, a lot of you see the title and you start getting in the comments before you watch the entire video. We can't really fixate on the label woman just because we want to gatekeep what womanhood is into this label. But don't reduce yourself to just a label just because you want to protect all of the things that you've worked for as a woman. A trans woman is not your threat. But let me know what you guys think about this. And as always, I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
You have to come to it on your own and you have to learn it and figure it out for yourself. And for me, I didn't always have the words. I didn't always have the language for things. I just knew how I felt. And as I see it now in hindsight, I feel like I've always been a woman, always been a trans woman.
You're not heavy. Never heavy. I won't let you be. Hush, my child. You're